I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe, I mean, he's over an hour late, and maybe there was some sort of accident or something.
No. If there was an accident, they'd notify you.
Oh, come on, Maureen. Those hospital people, it takes forever to call anybody.
Well, you know, Fritz is a good driver, and the car is in excellent condition, dear.
Then where is he?
Hey, come on. Maybe they got a flat tire or something. It doesn't have to be something serious. Look, why don't you call Mrs. Renfield? She ought to know what's going on, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it'll win any Nobel Prizes.
Oh, honey.
It's a good idea, Ma.
Quiet, sweet.
Yeah, hi, Mrs. Renfield. Yeah. Well, listen, I was wondering, Quint was gonna meet me over here at the boarding house. We had a date tonight, and it's been over an hour now, and he hasn't shown up, and I haven't heard anything. Do you know, did you see him leave the house? You did? Yeah. Yeah, that is very strange. All right. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Renfield.
Well, what did she say?
She said she saw him around, I guess, 7 o'clock. He was all dressed and ready to leave, and then, you know, she went back in there a couple minutes later, and he was gone.
And he's on his way, right?
Yeah. No, something funny happened because I guess he left the front door was wide open, and he didn't take the limousine. Fritz was waiting in it. He jumped in the sports car and just took off.
Well, did he talk to Fritz?
No, he didn't say a word to him.
This is really odd. Wait, that was over an hour ago, and it only takes about 15 minutes to get here from Thorway Road.
Well, now, don't jump to conclusions, everybody. I'm sure that there's a logical explanation for all of this.
Yeah, I just hope the explanation is he hasn't changed his mind and decided not to marry me.
Still no answer. Now I'm really beginning to worry.
She's over 2 hours late already.
What could she have done, do you suppose?
Obviously, there's something wrong. I think I'll give Ross Warner a call. Maybe he knows something.
Well, what did he know?
Well, there's been some new developments in the Mark Evans case. And he might have called Amanda in for questioning.
At night? And he's questioned her already. I mean, hasn't he done enough to her as it is? I know you're going to say it's only part of his job, but I think it goes beyond that.
Now, I haven't wanted to tell you this, but yesterday Amanda got a birthday present with a card in it from Mona Enright.
What?
I don't get it. Who's Mona Enright?
Peter Enright's daughter.
But that's not possible.
Why not?
Mona Enright has been dead for 3 years.
Well, supposedly, but there have been some very strange things happening recently.
Yeah, if she's sending out birthday cards, I'd say you're right. Sounds very strange.
Entirely too strange, and I'm not going to sit here and wait.
Alan, where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to Amanda's house, and if one thing is out of place, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I don't like this any better than you do.
Listen, you want me to come along with you now?
No, I'd rather you stayed here with Hope. I don't want her to be alone until I know what's happening with Amanda.
Yeah.
No, listen, Philip, if you've got other plans, really don't.
No, that's okay. My schedule's free. Fine.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Listen, Alan, if Amanda does come here, what should I do?
Tell her where we've gone and tell her to stay here. It'd be a great relief to me if she did show up.
Try not to worry too much, okay?
Well, how would you feel if it were Hope?
I'd feel the same way.
Well, then let's go.
Be patient, everyone. It won't be long now.
What are you going to do?
You'll soon find out for yourself. You know, it's odd. I remember looking at my watch after you fell that night. It was 9:32, right before I ran into Sam. Oh, I remember it so vividly. 9:32 on April the 29th, which means it's 3 years ago, almost to the minute. We're all here to celebrate a very grim anniversary.
And you've been planning this all along?
Yes. I've wanted my revenge ever since that night. It's why I allowed Quentin to take me to his house to recuperate. I knew my Sam had found his next rich, vulnerable lady. And I was right. It was your poor mother. I wanted to be around to watch him in operation and to try and protect whoever it was. I never dreamed that Sam would move directly from the mother to the daughter. I didn't think even he had that much nerve.
That was probably my biggest mistake. But just so you realize the situation, I want you to know that Amanda's not just another woman.
Oh, Mark, don't,
No.
please.
I want her to know. And I want you to believe that until I met you, I never knew what it was like to really love someone. With all my heart, I never knew that.
Oh, I should have foreseen this and had the violins playing.
Was that before or after I gave you the evidence that proved that you're heir to half of Spaulding Enterprises?
Bravo, Amanda.
I don't want your praise.
I admire you for standing up to him. I was such a weak little thing 3 years ago. I could never have done that. He twisted me around his little finger.
I don't want to hear about it.
I've been privy to your secrets. Why shouldn't you know some of mine?
What are you talking about?
I went with you on your little trip to Lake Conestoga, although you never realized it.
You were there.
Yes. And I saw everything that happened, just as I always do. Incidentally, do you recognize this?
It's Brian Mister's gun, the one I couldn't find.
Exactly.
How did you get it?
Can't you guess? I told you I was there. I picked it up while you were busy dumping Brian's body off the pier. Right after you forced him to put this to his head and pull the trigger.
Oh, my God!
All right! What if I did? You did the very same thing to my father. Somebody had to stop him. He'd hurt too many people already.
Oh, and what about you and what you've done?
Now, stop this. This isn't getting us anyplace. Now, listen to me. You were a witness to a very serious crime, a murder. All right. Now, let's leave this place. Let's take this man to the police and let the law punish him.
After what he did to me? Oh, no. I'm going to supervise his punishment myself. I'm not going to hand him over to anyone and take the chance that he might get free. Can you imagine what it was like for me when I first met you at Spaulding Enterprises? Every muscle in my body yearned to take you by the throat and strangle the life out of you the way you tried to strangle me. I couldn't sleep at night. I loathed you so much. I lay awake plotting this night.
And after you get rid of me, what then?
Quentin and I will be together again. The way it was meant to be before Samuel Pasquin.
No, now, listen to me. I told you before, things have changed.
No. No, nothing's changed. I've seen to that. And that's what I tell Peter.
Peter.
Don't you know?
Are you talking about your father?
I'm talking about Peter Enright McCord, your son. Surely you haven't forgotten, my dear. He hasn't forgotten you. Every night, when I tuck him into bed, he says to me, "Mummy, when's Daddy coming back?" And I tell him, as soon as Daddy's taken care of bad Mr. Pasquin, who hurt Mummy so badly, Daddy will come home. And then we'll be a family again, the way it was meant to be. That's what I promised. And that's what's going to happen.